What would you do if the man you paid to save your marriage was the same man destroying it? The night everything broke was a Tuesday, not with a bang, but with the soft, insidious glow of a phone screen at 2 a.m. My wife Sarah was curled away from me, her back a fortress. But the light from her device painted a secret story on the wall. A name flashed across the screen, a name I knew, a name I trusted. Dr. Elias Thorne, our marriage counselor. And my stomach dropped, a cold, heavy stone. This wasn't a late-night work email. This was something far more sinister, a betrayal so profound it felt like the very foundations of my world were crumbling into dust. I knew, in that instant, that my life, as I understood it, was over. If you genuinely enjoy our stories, please subscribe to the channel. Tell us where you're from and what time it is right now. It's always fascinating to know how far our story flows. Sarah had been distant for months. A subtle shift I'd initially dismissed as stress from her new marketing director role. Late nights at the office, weekend conferences in Miami, Florida, always with a vague itinerary. I'd tried to bridge the gap, suggesting date nights, weekend getaways to the Hamptons, even couples therapy. That's where Dr. Thorne came in. His office on Park Avenue, New York City, a sanctuary of plush leather and hushed tones. He was supposed to be our salvation. Instead, he was her accomplice. The texts I saw that night were brief, intimate, and utterly damning. Can't wait for our session tomorrow, my love. Thinking of you always. My blood ran cold. The man I was paying to fix us was actively dismantling us, piece by agonizing piece. Sarah's behavior became a twisted kaleidoscope of manipulation. She'd accuse me of being paranoid, of not trusting her, of stifling her independence. Her eyes, once warm and inviting, now held a calculating glint, a shield against any genuine connection. She'd leave her phone face down, always, but the subtle vibrations, the quick glances, the hushed conversations in the other room, they were all there. I started noticing things. A receipt for a lavish dinner at Per Se, dated a night she claimed to be working late. A new, expensive watch she wore, not a gift for me. The way she'd flinch if I touched her unexpectedly. The slow discovery was like peeling back layers of a festering wound. I found a burner phone hidden in her gym bag, tucked beneath a pair of Lululemon leggings. The messages on it confirmed my worst fears, a detailed chronicle of their sordid affair, complete with plans for a romantic weekend. Thorne, the smug bastard, even had a pet name for her, my little siren. The humiliation was a physical weight crushing my chest. I felt like a fool, a cuckold, a pathetic husband. There were nights I'd just sit in our living room, the city lights of Chicago, Illinois, blurring outside our penthouse window, tears streaming down my face, feeling utterly broken. The pain was so intense I thought it would consume me. But beneath the agony, a cold, hard resolve began to form. I thought they were untouchable, these two architects of my misery. They were wrong. I began to gather proof meticulously, silently. I hired a private investigator, grizzled ex-cop named Frank. He provided me with irrefutable evidence. Photos of Sarah and Thorne entering a discreet hotel on North Michigan Avenue. Video footage of them kissing in a secluded corner of Millennium Park. Bank statements showing large transfers from Sarah's account to Thorne's, disguised as consulting fees. I even managed to install spyware on her laptop, revealing their email exchanges, their plans, their cruel jokes. Each piece of evidence was a nail in their coffin, hammered in with surgical precision. My revenge wasn't going to be loud or impulsive. It was going to be a slow, agonizing dismantling of their lives, just as they had dismantled mine. I consulted with a sharp divorce attorney, Ms. Evelyn Reed, whose office overlooked the bustling streets of Dallas, Texas. We crafted a legal strategy that would leave Sarah financially destitute and socially disgraced. Simultaneously, I began to subtly leak information to Sarah's colleagues, anonymous tips about her unprofessional conduct and ethical breaches. Involving a certain therapist? I knew the whispers would spread like wildfire through the corporate world. The public exposure happened on a crisp autumn morning. Sarah was at a crucial board meeting, presenting her latest marketing campaign. Just as she reached her crescendo, an anonymous email, meticulously crafted by me and Ms. Reed, landed in the inboxes of every board member. Every executive, every major client. It contained a link to a secure website, hosting all the damning evidence: the photos, the videos, the burner phone messages, the financial transfers. The subject line was simple: the true face of Sarah Miller. The fallout was immediate and catastrophic. Sarah was escorted out of the building by security, her career in tatters. The news spread like wildfire, picked up by local tabloids and social media. Her carefully constructed image as a successful, ethical professional shattered. Thorne, facing a barrage of ethical complaints from his professional board and a potential lawsuit for professional misconduct, had his license suspended. His practice, once thriving, was now a ghost town. The divorce proceedings were brutal. Sarah, stripped of her job, her reputation, and her dignity, fought tooth and nail, but the evidence was overwhelming. The judge, a stern woman in the Dallas County Courthouse, saw through her desperate lies. I walked away with the house, the majority of our assets, and a quiet satisfaction that transcended any fleeting joy. Sarah was left with nothing but the wreckage of her own making, a pariah in the social circles she once dominated. Thorne, too, vanished from public life, his name synonymous with scandal. I saw Sarah once more, months later, in a coffee shop on Elm Street, Dallas. She looked hollow, her eyes devoid of their former arrogance. Her expensive clothes replaced by something worn and faded. She didn't see me. She just stared blankly out the window, a ghost of the woman I once loved. The revenge was complete, but it left a hollow ache, a quiet, haunting emptiness where love once resided. The silence of a ruined life is deafening.